Warning, Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix is rated E for everyone 10 and older for fantasy violence. Additional warning, this LP is rated T for teens at the least for swearing a lot. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright guys, welcome to set 16 of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 1.5. This is going to be sort of a wrap-up chapter. I'm going to be wrapping up a lot of the side quests. The only exclusion to this is going to be the optional bosses, which are Kurtzisa, the Phantom, and the two hidden cups in the Colosseum. Those both will be done. All four of those will be done on their own separate videos because they are pretty difficult to do and have their own strategies that take some time to explain. This set specifically is going to cover the remaining Trinities, the Hades Cup, as well as synthesis item locations and where to find the monsters for them. So let's get started with the first one, which is going to be the synthesis item, since that's the one thing probably a lot of people are wondering. Alright, let's start with the first synthesis item on my little list here. Blaze Shards. You can find these from Red Nocturnes. Let me see if I can find a good one. Red Nocturne. They have a 6% chance of dropping it. It increases if you use the Lucky Strike ability on all three characters, or on one even, whatever. Red Nocturnes. You can find a good group of these in not Halloween Town, Wonderland, early in the game. If you go to the portal streams and go to Wonderland here, that's here in the final world, you can find a lot more Red Nocturnes there. You can also get them from the white mushrooms. Let me pull that up as well. Where are they? There they are. When you see them shivering, shoot fire on them, and they will drop a possibility for a fire shard. The best way of doing that, my recommendation, is if you go across them, have cast two spells onto them that isn't fire. Like, for example, they fall over, cast Cure, they fan themselves, cast Blizzard, and then wait for them to shiver. When you do that and you cast fire on them, it's a 100% guarantee to get it. The next one is a Final Mix only item, I guess I'm going to be putting it. It's called a Blaze Stone. It's actually from one of the new enemies in the game called a Chimera. Let me find that little sod. Here we are. These guys are actually pretty unique. You find them in Hollow Bastion, not Hollow Bastion. You find them in Halloween Town, in the area where you fought Oogie's Mansion. These guys are unique. They will appear after you kill a few White Knights. He will just pop down. My recommendation to fighting him: cast Erga immediately at the beginning of the battle and wail on him. He has two life bars. One is his normal life bar, which is what you see him when he's walking around. Get that to 0, and that little thing at the top will pop up, and 3 colored skulls will pop out and start bouncing around. He has to deflect those into him again, which is where the Erga comes into play, and it will deal a lot of damage to him. There's a chance that when you do that, it will drop a Blaze Stone. When you beat him, however, you will get a Blaze Stone for being in the battle with him. The next is a Blaze Gem, which you get from... Where are you? Bandits. They appear in Agrabah. I recommend going to the mouth of the Cave of Wonders to find these guys, but you can find them inside the Cave of Wonders as well. You also get them from Fat Knights, or Fat Bandits. Bandits have a 4% chance of dropping it. Fat Bandits have a 8%. You have a 40% chance of getting it if getting from a white mushroom if you cast it all 3 times fire on them, as well as a 10% chance of getting it if it fires the 3rd spell. The next is the Frost Shard, which comes from Blue Rhapsody. These are found in the same location as the Red Nocturnes. Same aspect, 12% chance of dropping it for them. If you cast the 3rd spell Blizzard on a white mushroom, it's a guarantee drop. The next one is a Final Mix only as well. This is called a Frost Stone. You get these from... Where are you? Grand Ghost. This is in Monstro, in the place where you fought the Parasite Cage, whatever it's called. We fought the final boss of Monstro. He is a unique creature. You actually have to use items on him. Here's a trick to get 2 frost gems from him, almost a guarantee. Use an elixir on him. It will cause him to drop 1. Then use 2 high potions on him. Again, that will cause him to drop another 1. This will also kill him if you do that. I know you're using the elixir, and I know you want to save it, but trust me, it makes it a lot easier to get that frost gem. The next is the Frost Shard. You get that from Sea Neons. And go down. The Sheltering Zone, the bigger version of them. You might want to hunt these guys, the Sheltering Zone, because they have a higher percent chance of dropping it. If the third spell is Blizzard on White Mushroom, you have a 10% chance of getting one. If you use it 3 times on him, you have a 40% chance. The next is the Thunder Shard, which is the Yellow Opera. I can't remember exactly where you find these guys. Where do you find them? Excuse me a second, I'm trying to run through the locations in my head real quickly. I think you can find them in Wonderland as well. I'm fairly certain you can. Not 100% sure on that, though. They have an 8% chance of dropping it. Like all the other musical Heartless, I guess is a good way of putting it. If you use it, if the third spell on a White Mushroom is Lightning, you'll get it for 100% chance. The next one is a Thunderstone you get from the Black Ballad. This is a unique Heartless. It will appear in a group of, I believe, about 5 or 6. All of them are copies, except for one. You'll see them hop up at the beginning, and then they'll jump around and try to confuse you. Each hit you give it, gives you a small chance of getting a Thunderstone. The highest chance being if you hit him 4 times consecutively. If you beat him, you get a guarantee as well. My advice for this is back up quite a ways away from it so you can see the entire area he's going to fly around, and just rapidly press the pause button. You'll be able to follow it a lot easier that way. Next is the Thunder Gem from... Oh, wrong one. Screwdriver. Right? Yep. And... Aqua Tank. I'd recommend hunting the Aqua Tank. Has an 8% chance of dropping. White Mushrooms can drop them as well if all 3 spells are Thunder. There's a 40% chance, or if the third spell is Thunder, you get a 10% chance of it dropping. So, your preference on where you want to get it. The next is a Lucid Shard. You can get it from a Shadow, which are everywhere, as you can see, from my defeat count. And the Giga Shadow. Let's see here. Shadows have a 6% chance of dropping it. The Giga Shadow has a higher percent chance of getting it. If you use Gravity on a White Mushroom for being the third spell, it'll guarantee drop one. To find the Giga Shadow, you need to hunt down. You need to go to Wonderland and go to the Bazaar Room when you're small. Every so often, you'll see a ring of shadows appear around the table. If you defeat all those shadows, quite a few of these guys will appear and attack you. However, they're very weird. Once the second they hit Sora, they disappear. So you have to wail on them. I recommend using Ragnarok or Ars Arcanum to get them quickly. Also cast Aeroga. It'll cause them to bounce off if they try to attack you. I'll show these guys off when I do the bonus video showing off where all the Final Mix specific Heartless are. Alright, the next is the Lucid Gem. You get these from... Let's see here. Gargoyles. And White Knights. White Knights. You can find most of these guys mostly in Halloween Town. They both have about the same percent chance of dropping it, but if you want a higher percentage of getting it, do the gravity thing on White Mushrooms. If it's the third spell, you have a 10% chance of getting it, and if you cast it all 3 times, you have a 40% chance. One of the more annoying pieces to get is the Lucid Crystal, which is from these guys. They have a 1% chance of dropping it. It's really annoying. I recommend coming to, well, anywhere after you see a Hollow Bastion. A great place to grind for these guys, though, are in the 3rd district of Travistown. A lot of these guys appear, as well as defenders. The next is the Power Shard, which comes from Power Wilds. If you slip on Banana Peel, you have a 16% chance of getting it. Or if they die from Banana Peel, I'm not sure how that works. 8% chance of getting it if they drop it, or if you kill them. The next is the Bouncy Wild, which has a 24% chance from a Banana Peel, and 12% from just killing it. Both of these can be found in Deep Jungle. The Power Stun. This is the one that a lot of people have been probably hunting for a while. You get it from these little fucks, Sniper Wilds. They only appear in the 2nd district of Traverstown, right outside the Keyhole. They're very annoying. If they see you, they will summon an endless swarm of Sniper Wilds to kill you. When they do that, the other Sniper Wilds won't drop any experience, won't drop any money, or drop any items. My recommendation is to use Stop on them, or Stopka. It will give you plenty of time to go up to them and wail on the one you stopped. But keep an eye out for the other ones too, because when you kill them, when you kill the first one, it'll cause 2 more to spawn. When you kill those 2, 3 will spawn, and then you have the chance of getting the Power Stone from those 3. After that, it'll keep doing that order over and over and over again. So you can grind there if you're good enough. It's really annoying though because they have a really good eyesight. The next is Power Gems. You get from... where is it? Not Air Soldier. Air Pirates. Pirates. And the Battleship. The Air Pirates have a 4% chance of dropping it. Battleship has a 16% if you destroy the mast, 8% if you don't. And the Pirate has a 4% chance. White Mushrooms will drop it if you use Stop on them for the 3rd spell, that's a 10%. And if you use it all 3 times, you get a 40% chance of it dropping it. My recommendation for finding these guys is go to, obviously, Neverlands, where they are. Get to the hallway that you can go in from the deck. I can't remember where it is exactly. I can't think of a better way of describing it. The next is the Energy Stone. Now, this is an annoying one to find. Because you need to find these little sods. This is a stealth soldier. They like to disappear. They appear randomly in any battle you fight in Hollow Bastion. You won't be able to tell it's them unless you accidentally lock onto them, or they hit you. My recommendation for fighting these guys is cast Stop on them. When you cast Stop on them, the invisibility goes away. Wail on them as much as you can until you get their health down to like a 4th. Then they won't be able to go invisible and they'll just hop around trying to get away from you. They're really easy to kill, though, once you know where they are and you're careful enough. The next is the Power Crystal. This is from... where are you? Waverns. After you seal Hollow Bastion, they appear in other worlds, but they mostly appear in Hollow Bastion and the 1st district of Traverstown. Spirit Shards come from soldiers and large bodies. Large bodies has a 12% chance, soldiers an 8% chance, a 100% chance from a White Mushroom if you cast Aerial on them 3 times. No, if the 3rd spell is Aerial. I forgot to mention this while I was doing the Giga Shadow information. These guys drop the Spirit Stone, also known as Fury Stone, in Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix. It's really annoying to find the information about this, but that's where you find the Fury Stones. You have to kill quite a few of these guys for them to drop it, though. Alright, next... where are we at? Spirit Gem. These are these annoying suds. Air soldiers drop spirit gems with a 4% chance. If you want a higher percent chance of getting it, go to the white mushrooms that do aereo. If the third spell you cast is aereo, there's a 10% chance of you getting it. If you use it 3 times, there's a 40% chance of you getting it. The next to find is the bright shard. This is from the green requiems. A great place to find these are in deep jungle. You can find them in the area where you fought the stealth sneak. They appear there with some wyverns. They have a 10% chance of dropping them. If you want a 100% chance, find a white mushroom that falls over. You can find them in that deep jungle. If the third spell you cast is a cure, but the other 2 aren't cure, there's a 100% chance of you getting a bright shard. The next is a bright gem, which is search ghosts. You can find these in the second district of Traverse Town, right in front of the keyhole, or you can find them in Monstro quite often. 4% chance of them dropping it. If you find a white mushroom, if the third spell is a cure, you have a 10% chance of getting it. If it's a trio of cures on him, you have a 40% chance. Next item is a bright crystal, which is from Defenders. Defenders also have a 0.1% chance of dropping a Defender's shield, which is the shield right there. That's about, I think, a 1 in 500 chance of you getting it. It's all a matter of luck. To increase the odds of getting it, I recommend equipping Lucky Strike on everyone. You may hear information that equipping the Lady Luck Keyblade helps as well. Don't listen to that, it's not true. But synthesis wise, you can get a bright crystal from these guys. Another one, the next one is the Dazzling Stone or Shiny Stone. It's called Dazzling Stone in 1.5 Remix. Is from the... where are you? Jet Balloon. Now I know they look like you find them in Atlantica, but you actually find these in Neverland. On the deck where you fought Hook, every so often this guy will spawn. He will launch these missile divers at you, the little blue guys. My recommendation for fighting these guys is cast Aeroga so you can deflect those guys and attack him from above. That way he's forced to go down towards the deck. If you take too long, he will disappear, but he does like to hop around, so be quick. The next is a Shiny Crystal, which you get from Wizards. It's a... let's see here, 2% chance of them dropping it. You also have, like the Defender, a 0.1% chance of getting that staff for Donald. I've already gotten one by pure luck. Same tips to getting it for the Defender shield. Next is the Mithril Shard. You get that from Barrel Spiders. If you go to anywhere you can see a barrel, there's a chance of a barrel spider spawning from that. You also get it from Behemoth and Pot Spiders. Here's the Pot Spider. And here's the Behemoth. Behemoth has a 20% chance of dropping it, so that's the best chance of you getting it from them. Can't really think of a place where they spawn, really. There's only one Behemoth I know of, and that's from the boss fight in Neverland. Not Neverland. Hollow Bastion. Next is Mithril. Again, a Behemoth drops those as well. But you can also get them with a 1% chance from Angel Stars. These guys also drop Gales, which are a 6% chance of dropping. Alright. You can find these guys in the final world. It's the only place you can find them. The next is Mithril Stone. You get them from the Pot Scorpion. You find this in Atlantica, not Atlantica, Agrabah. In the city gates, it's where you fought the Pot Centipede. You know you found one spawned when you get there, and you find rows of pots in the middle of the area. If you go down there and push the pots, and find the one that isn't moving, that's the Pot Scorpion. If you destroy all the other pots, you get 100 EXP, or 100 techs for beating it, as well as a chance of getting a Mithril Stone from that. It's a low chance from destroying the pot, but you can get it from him guaranteed at the end of the battle. Mithril goo. Or mystery goo. You get them from these three: white mushroom, black fungus, and rare truffle. Alright. White mushroom has a 10% chance of just defeating it, and a 20% chance of if you use 3 of the same spells on them. Rare truffle, they like to be knocked into the air. If you're able to get, if you're able to knock him into the air 10 times, you have a 10% chance of getting it. 50 times in the air, you get a 40%. And if you knock him up 100 times in the air, it's a guaranteed get of mystery goo, as well as a shiitake award or something like that. I can't remember exactly. The black fungus. Oh yeah, you can find these guys, by the way, in Monstro's throat and somewhere else. I can't remember where right now. Oh, Halloween Town, before going to through the doorway that leads to Iggy's mansion. I can't remember exactly where all the others are. Also on the deck of Hook's ship. Sorry. The black fungus has a 20% chance if you kill him with a critical. You can find these guys mostly on the Crooked Hill, or the Spiral Hill, in Halloween Town. I can't think of anywhere else really where you can find these guys. There's one in Agrabah, I can't think of where to describe where he's at. The next one, another one that a lot of people probably have trouble finding. The Mystery Power, or Serenity Power, in 1.5 Remix. To get this guy, you have to cast Stop on him and deal as much damage as possible to him in that time frame, or as many hits as possible. If you're able to get 40 hits, there's a 10% chance of him dropping it. 70 hits, a 20%, and 100 hits, it's a guarantee. I have a theory of how I can get 100 hits on him in the American version of this. As far as I know, though, it's impossible to get 100 hits on him in the American, due to if either of your party members hit him, it'll take away a point. Tactics on getting a high number. Cast Stop on him, or first summon him. Of course, you have to find him in Deep Jungle. It's the only place you can guarantee get anywhere high enough to get a Serenity Power. You can find it in the treehouse in Deep Jungle. Cast Aerogut on your body, on your character, and Stop on him. Or lock onto his head and cast Stop. Then, immediately, as soon as you can, cast Ragnarok on him. When you get the full charge, release it, and just wail on his head while the tendrils attack it. If you're quick enough and get another Ragnarok, do it again. Unfortunately, this will cause some issues, because in the American release, Ragnarok is assigned a triangle, which is the hotkey to get your party member to attack him. However, I'm going to teach you a trick on how to possibly get 100 hits from him, as soon as I'm done with this. Next is Gale. I mentioned that you can get it from the Angel Star. You can also get it from Invisible. These guys appear in the final world as well. A 6% chance of dropping as well. The next is a Gale Stone, or Stormy Stone, in 1.5 Remix. You get these from these familiar bastards. Neo Shadows appear in the final Heartless Room of the final world. They'll appear in a large pack and hurl themselves at you. You have to defeat them as quick as possible. Soon, when you defeat enough of them, they'll start spawning from the ground and launching up. You have to kill them again. You have to keep this over and over again until you kill all the Neo Shadows. The last one will drop a Stormy Stone. The next is Orichalcum. Let's see here. It can only be attained in chests. However, you can buy it for 5,000 money in Final Mix. The last one also is Dark Matter. Unfortunately, there's no way of getting it from fights. The only place you can get them is through chests, item synthesis, or prizes from minigames. Alright, my tips for the pink Argucus, however you pronounce that. Okay, I'm going to show you how I have my character set up for that. Where is it? Customize. Okay. As you see, Donald is set to attack occasionally physically, attack offensively occasionally with magic. Defensive magic is constant, advanced magic is occasional, HP and MP items are immediate. Goofy has a similar version of that. What this does is that it makes them hesitant to attack. If you load them up with ethers and elixirs or healing items for magic, they will prioritize healing your magic while you do this. Having defensive magic set to Donald will have him automatically cast Eriga on someone in your party, which is really good. I recommend having a Keyblade that drops your magic. Sorry, I'm Skyrim. Drop your magic as low as possible, so that you have the incentive to get them to use the items as much as possible. This way, they're more worried about healing you and recharging your magic, instead of attacking the creature and lowering your score. You have to focus on doing this if you want to get it done properly. I'm going to test out my theory if it works. If it does, I will tell you in the final set, which will be coming sometime later this week. I'm not 100% sure when. I want to get the ultimate Keyblade before I do anything else. Anyway, all that said and done, let's go do some item hunting. I hope that since this material was helpful. Alright, did I get the one here in Traverse Town?